It is planning time. It is Sunday, January 31st, and I moved on the bed to keep planning. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay, today is Wednesday. It is February 3rd, so we're about 10 days to Rajab. It's 11:51 in Brooklyn, 34 degrees. It finally stopped snowing. And I love this quote. Patience and perseverance have a magical effect before which difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish. And it's by, what's it by? John Quincy Adams. I like this quote. It reminds me of Adin and how important sabr is in Adin. And I also like this background picture. It's very peaceful to me, very, very much. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I have to do my midweek review probably before bed tonight, inshallah. But so far, so good. Alhamdulillah. May Allah give us tawfiq. Assalamu alaikum.
For him on Resurrection Day, and he will remain disgraced forever in it, except for someone who repents and believes and acts righteously.
All right, so a meal prep for tomorrow, Sunday and Monday. So here we have peanut butter. Right here we have spinach, kale, and meat. And here we have lentil soup with beef. We are set. Assalamu alaikum. Reflections about major sin number 3. It has been posted, sisters. So you can go and read it, inshallah. Now, tomorrow is day 4, inshallah.
He is the one who has lit the heavens and the earth with lights that he has placed therein. His veil is light, and were he to uncover it, the sublimity and splendor of his face would burn everything of the creation that his sight fell upon. Because An-Nur has allowed us to see it. He has made it possible. There is light only by his will and permission. And he is himself light. This is what As-Sa'di says. He is himself light, and he's the throne, the footstool, the sun, the moon, and all light is illuminated, and by it paradise is illuminated. The light of Allah illuminates Jannah. His book is light. His law is light. Faith and knowledge in the hearts of his messengers and his believing slaves is light. Every place in which his light is lacking is a place of darkness and constraint. See, inshallah. So now that you've learned so far, Joy says they need a pass out emoji. Okay, I started the class by saying I'm really overwhelmed. Like, so the past 2 days, يهدي الله لنوره من يشاء ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس والله بكل شيء عليم.
The tafsir of Surah Rahman, right, and how the mouths will be filled, right, and the limbs will speak, right. But if you think about what you're doing with your eyes and your ears and your hands, you know, like Allah Ta'ala filling these places with light, like what they would say, versus filling these places with darkness through bad action.
Yeah, mashallah, that's a beautiful tadabbur too. Darkness, his deeds are darkness, his coming in is darkness, his going out is darkness, and his destiny on the day of resurrection will be darkness in the fire of hell. Subhanallah. Of the sirat, we're saying ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, but you guys know that there's an actual sirat on Yawm al-Qiyamah that we all have to cross, and we need light to cross the sirat. And some of us will have very little light, some of us will have huge light like mountains, and all what is building this light it's our ibadah, it's our iman, it's everything that we're doing here in this dunya. That is what is building this light that is going to help us cross the sirat that is over the hellfire. That's stay away from haram. And we're doing this book, Al-Kaba'ir, again. We're doing this challenge of 70 days. Every day we're going over one of the major sins. We're on day 4 today, right? And so revisiting the major sins, knowing what they are.
Some of us have been in the light from the beginning. That was not my case either. But for those who are in the plural darknesses, and I stress plural on the darknesses, you can now appreciate why you went through that. Because when you come into the light, it's beautiful, and you know you don't want to go back. You have certainty, you have yaqeen that you don't want to go back. And so that's the beauty of understanding the opposite. You understand the opposite of light, and so you know that you don't want to go back. The good thing is that Allah preserved our souls, that we were not taken, or we didn't die in that state of ignorance and jahiliyyah.
MashaAllah, this was really powerful what a sister said here. So I pray that you benefited from it. The message this week has really been to stay within the halal, seek the nur of Allah, know that if we are striving to avoid the major sins, He will forgive us. He is the most merciful. He wants good for us. He wants to lighten our burden. I mean, this has been the message that kept coming, and that's the gem that I really want to share with you. And hopefully you took that message out of this vlog. I was also planning a lot this first week. I was reviewing January. I was planning February. And I'm sharing with you a little bit of my planning. And then my brain dumping was really helpful. I updated the list of the brain dumping triggers, and I did a session where I'm walking you through the whole 4 pages of triggers. And I think it's something that should be done once a week, but at the very least once a month. It's super helpful, bi'idhnillah. So it's free. You can have access to it for free on our site. It is under a mini course called, decluttering your mind, getting your focus back, reset and refocus. So you can find it on our site. I'll put the link in the description below as well for you to access it. But yeah, here is a little sneak preview at that recording where I'm walking you through.
Just clog our mind down, and you'll be surprised. It weighs heavily on us, and we move slowly and not efficiently because it's so much on our minds. And so this is for the sister that feels overwhelmed, that feels cloudy in her brain. And we are here to just reset and declutter that brain and clarify and, refocus and take out all the unnecessary, things that are not necessary, that are not needed, and they don't need to stay on your mind. And also things that you kind of confused about that will also help you, once you put it down, will help you see a little bit, clearer. So so this is like a self-care session. Like really, I see it, to me, I consider it a self-care session. And I'm going to do this exercise along with you. So I hope. So again, courses.lan4uonline.com is the new site. This new site is going to focus mostly on coaching and the membership club. The other site will have more of the old courses there. And refocus, let's click on it. It's going to ask you to enroll for free. That will basically create or trigger something in my memory that, oops, you do have to do this. So you're pretty good until tomorrow. So maybe Cook Tuesday. Okay. I'm just gonna put. All right, so let's go to page 3. Okay, page 3 is really, I mean, sometimes it's good if you want to start with this page, because a lot of times we are clogged or feel overwhelmed because of the triggers from this page. But I leave it at page 3 for a reason. Like I kind of want to get, the less heavy stuff out of the way. Okay, so fears. I'm going to start with fears. What are my fears? Because all this paralyzes us. So write down what your fears are.
These past 2 weeks, amazing gems from books that I'm reading. And I'm reading several books at the same time, but amazing gems. This book that I'm reading, Purification of the Heart and Soul, Illness and Cure by Ibn al-Qayyim, is the next book that we are going to study in the book club. We're almost halfway through the current book, which is, The Remembrance in Repelling Grief by Sheikh Abdul Razak. So we're almost done with that, but the new book is just amazing. Can't wait. I got stuck on this hadith in that book of Ibn al-Qayyim where, we're being asked about the Quran in the grave. So, the good deeds, our good deeds, time to do good is now, sisters. This is what will be in our grave. So let's strive. If we want that handsome man with a beautiful face, beautiful dress, pleasant fragrance, and for him to say to us, I am your good deeds. I am this Quran you are struggling about, over this salah and every good deed that you could think of. May Allah give it to us. Ameen. 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 Allahumma salli wa sallim ala nabina Muhammad. All right, my sisters, until next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.